this pendant to put on another one for a customer when I first came in. So what we're going to be doing is either making one or putting a different one on. I don't know. We have this super small one. So I might do that because the way that this goes, yeah, I think we're just going to do that and then just tack it on. Because I got customer jobs to worry about. This is kind of big. I don't know. Let's round it out and see. But we got a watch that we have to refinish. We got a little Gucci. So try to make this look brand new. And we got some fun jobs to take care of, as well as finish that diamond bracelet as well too. So we're making great progress with that. I am working on very little amount of sleep. Oh, and then we have, and then we have this invisible set diamond ring that we have to finish. So I've replaced a lot of the diamonds in here, and we still have to do some cleanup on it. But we have one more diamond to replace on there. This is definitely not a new ring, but doing our best to make it look as new. It's well loved, well taken care of. So there's that one that we have to finish too. Invisible set sucks. But the old invisible set diamonds, now that's a lot easier. That's a lot easier to take care of and do. Anyways, what I'm gonna do first is round this little bail out just a little bit. And that way it'll be easier that way it'll be easier for it to swing, because it was getting kind of caught up. So let's try to pull this through. Come on. There we go. And now I have to bend the back just a little bit. That should swing good. Yeah, that swings all right. And most likely, this pendant, I would be really surprised if this pendant sold with this bail. But let me go tack it real quick, because most likely I'm gonna have to take that bail off anyway. And let's go tack it on the laser machine. We are back. And now let's just polish this a little bit with a brass brush. And we'll kick it out to the people up front, because their count will be off. Everyone likes to tell me what to do, and they don't understand that I'm my own boss. So, hey, you need to get that done now, because someone's count is going to be off. I don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't, because I have a whole bunch of work to get done. And this definitely does not take priority. But let's go kick this out real quick, so that way they can tag it. and then just get them taken care of. Just what God says, better to be a servant. So, anyways, give me 1 second. All right. Let's get back into this. What are we gonna work on? Let's do the custom. Yeah, let's do the custom. Now we have custom earrings that I have to mess around with. This customer wants a dermal style earring because it's not good enough the way that the world wears it. And they're not paying any extra money, so it is what it is. But I'll bring you guys in. Let me show you what I got so far. And I'll show you the earrings. They wanted a particular style, so we got the particular style. And the only reason why I get a little frustrated, this is an earring that we're readjusting, or that I'm readjusting. So I'm taking a little bit of the easy way. I have this earring set with this threaded bar. It's a post. That way it'll go right in and keep tension, because I have to customize the customer's earrings that they purchased, which are super cheap. They purchased these with friction post, and they didn't like the friction post. They wanted something a little bit thicker that was stronger. So let me grab this. So I ended up making a post, doing a custom thread for them, so that way it's a lot thicker, and they don't like this one. It's supposed to screw on like this, so that way it doesn't hit the back of their ear. If I can get the hole, there we go. Some of it, yeah. The post and the back, yeah. And so this way, when they wear it, this back doesn't poke it. But they don't like that, so now they want a dermal style for their earring, which is this. So they just want the flat back with a threaded tube. And yes, this stuff I am making by myself. And then a little post on the top. So they gave me this as an example. I'm just saying, I don't need an example. I know what you guys want. It's just a pain in the butt to do and not worth it. So I'm just using the cheap way of getting this post. And I threaded the gold tube already for one set of earrings, for one side. And then I'm gonna have to thread the other side and use that. So let's just get started. We're gonna be cutting the post off of these and soldering on again. So, where are you from? Well, I'm from the US, United States, but I'm from all around. I've lived in a lot of different states. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. Today's Friday. So, hopefully you're not working, enjoying your day. Alright, and then those two earrings. So I'm putting the two earrings that we're going to cannibalize to the side. All our extra pieces, some of the wire that I was going to use to make a post. And we're going to do the thicker tube that we got, put that to the side. And now let's just cut off the post. Not Saturday. Oh, okay. So you must be, wait, is it Saturday? Nah, wait, was yesterday Friday? I'm all confused. I don't ever look at the clock or the calendar. My watch says Saturday too. Yesterday was yesterday Friday? No. No, cause I don't know. I'm all confused. I only work on about 4 or 5 hours of sleep a day between this job, my preaching, the YouTube videos I make, and then also my own business, trying to get that up and going. So I don't look at the days, I just look at sleep. How much sleep do I get? I don't know if you're in that boat or not, but I do a bunch of stuff. So when someone says, "Hey, isn't today Friday or this and that?" I am the worst person to ask. I usually take 1 day off a week from being a goldsmith, and no one watching. Why no one watching? People will jump in. People will jump in. You know, it is. If it really is it really Saturday? No, I think it's Friday today, because today's supposed to be my Bible study. But maybe in another part of the world it's Saturday because of the time change. But yeah, it's the weekend, so mostly views drop on the weekends. And then this channel is I live stream my work just a little bit, but it's mainly just a preaching one, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I am married though. Let's see here. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna solder the post on? Yeah. Okay. So the game plan. So this is the tricky part when soldering. Where's my other tweezers? Here's the tricky part when making the dermal. First, let's start here. So now we have the post taken off. When we have this post taken off, we have just a flat piece of metal. So we're gonna have to solder on this post. So we're cutting off the flat part, and we're just gonna be doing the threaded part, because we want it to sit as low as possible. And so the best way to do that is screw this earring in as much as we can get it, so that way it stays tight. And then we're gonna keep this tube on as we solder onto the earring. Let me actually get this going, and I'll show you. So first I want to cut the head off of that. And then I am going to cut just a little bit off of this. Let's see if I can show you guys. Just enough, that way, and we want just a little extra, because we're gonna have to sand it flat. We don't want. Whitney, welcome. Hopefully you're enjoying your Friday, Saturday. We're still trying to figure out what day it is. Okay, so this is way too much to make a dermal, but I like to cut it a little bit further and then sand it down, so that way when we solder it on, it'll just lay flat. Just like that. Oh, okay, there we go. See, it's easy to mess with me, like I said, because I don't pay attention to days. I just know that I'm a slave 6 days of the week. 1 day a week, I take that to do something for me and my wife, or usually that day I'm either fixing a car, working on my business still, and then I don't know. Actually, my day off doesn't really change, except for I try to maximize God in it. What me and my wife, oh, that's missing a diamond. We're gonna have to put a diamond in there. That sucks. All right. What me and my wife have been doing, yeah, I'm married. But what me and my wife have been doing lately, which I really enjoy, is I'll take her out and we just get our Bibles and we'll just go, we'll drive her around a little bit and we'll just talk and just hang out for a little bit, and I'll find somewhere nice. We'll park and just read our Bibles. We're almost done with Acts together, so I'll read to her, and then after that, okay, now we're gonna sand this flat just a little bit. All right, so now that we sanded that flat, we can get it on, and then we will just drive home and just kind of talk about what we read, what we learned, and then I'll go back to working on my business and designing stuff. And so, yeah, I really don't know what day it is really ever. But any kids? Actually, yeah, I do have one little princess. She's a beautiful little spitting image of me. But that's a long story though. It's actually how I got salvation. So it's definitely a worthwhile story, or it's one of the key factors of how I got salvation. But yeah, my daughter, she's amazing. She's got a whiter skin, beautiful little girl. Is kind of blonde hair right now, but I think it's gonna darken up just like mine, because when I was younger, I had kind of light brown hair. She's just a gorgeous, and actually I'm very, very private with her. I appreciate the question, but no one will ever know her name, and no one will ever see her online unless her mom allows her to. But her mom is even more. See, this is the thing, right? Is we don't. I don't know how to say this, because Big Daddy government is listening anyway. But screw it. I don't care. Whatever happens, happens. But I don't like the government. I never have liked the government, and I know a lot about the evils that take place because of certain individuals in my life have had clearance or have confided in me certain things, and so I just the world is a very incredibly evil place, let's just say, and there's good people out there with good intentions, but reading the Bible, reading the scripture, we're going to start this on reading the Bible, reading the scripture, you understand that it's not the people that are evil, but it's their nature, because all of our nature is evil until you give your life to Christ. Then it's a work. It's a work after that. So, to protect her at all costs is my main mission in life. Well, not my main mission in life. My main mission is to spread the gospel and never surrender to man about Jesus Christ. My second mission is to bring her into the kingdom of heaven, into the new Jerusalem and the new heaven that's coming when Jesus Christ comes back. Because the world is incredibly evil. There's a lot of evil people. There's a lot of people that are lost. There's a lot of people that are in between this battle and they don't understand they're working for the enemy. And so to guide her is my main thing. Now, to elaborate just a little bit, let me read what Whitney says. Have you gotten the chance to start back with the Bibles yet? The giving away, not yet. I've had a lot of financial hits lately, and so it's kind of part of the spiritual attack that I've been going under. And a lot of Christians will say it's crazy and whatnot, but my ex is a witch. She's a very, 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 very powerful evil witch, a Sadducee, and whatnot. And so she practices Middle Eastern medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and just stuff like this. And so I don't know. This is not biblical. This is just spiritual and metaphysical, if anything. And so I've been in prayer and just reading the Bibles lately, and God's been working out. Actually, God took care of my storage payment. I was paying almost $300 a month, and I was praying to Him about releasing some stuff. And I called the storage shed because someone also broke into my storage shed and stole a bunch of stuff a while ago, and so it really sucked, but it's all right. And so I was on the phone with the insurance company, and I decided to take the call from the storage shed, and now it went down to $88. So I went from paying $300 to $88. So God's relieving some money, and so it's been tough. It's been really, really tough. There's been an individual. See, I don't want to get too much into personal stuff, but let's just say I've been under spiritual attack with finances at work as well too. My hours are up and down, this and that, and so just gotta try to take care of things as best as I can. And so my money is real tight. That's actually why, it's selfish as well too, because God says rely and lean on Him and He will provide. Don't worry about the things of the world. So I'm in this stuck spot of investing in my business so I can just earn some side money and take care of the bills of my family and do the things that I need to as a father, but also relying on God and just saying, you know what, it is what it is. So it's very interesting, very, very interesting. It's a spiritual warfare that I've been under. It's been very, 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 very hard lately. So, but nothing's more important than giving Bibles away. So I definitely plan on restarting that. Oh, you want me to open the door?
No.
Ooh, dude, you know the code. I didn't change it.
Did I leave my gold tester in here?
How much you willing to pay for it?
Nothing, it's a storage.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know.
Can you put it in? Cool, you're not responsible for the gold tester.
Oh, heck no, I want to be responsible for this. I gave you cookies. Now this is how you treat me? There you go, buddy.
Alright.
Yeah, you left it in there. No worries, buddy. No worries. Alright. So, alright, we'll get back on real quick. Now, let's see if I mess this up. So we're going to actually unscrew this real quick. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. So now we have the earring. Let me zoom in for you guys real quick, and I'll show you. So we got the earring. It is as close to being a dermal as possible, unless we do a little bit more cleanup, but I don't want to touch those threads because the main complaint from the customer is that it's not tight enough and it was poking their ear. So now we have a tube that unscrews. We have a little dermal spot. And now we can cut it as a post. And it's a little whatever this is. I have no idea. So let's see, I understand. Let's see. No worries about, let's see here. Let me catch up real quick. Have you gotten the chance? Let's see. Yeah, like I said, so this is funny, right? I've let go of, well, actually Jesus allowed me to, but personally I've let go of any hatred to her, and that cleared up pretty much instantly a couple years ago when I got salvation. That was amazing. The only thing I worry about now is that, the safety of my daughter long term, because I know that one day her world is going to come crumbling down. And so the only way that I know for a fact, that God also showed me to, that I can protect her and be there when her world comes crumbling down, and questions life, questions people, questions things, is to grow in the Lord, grow in Scripture, be the best preacher that I can. My goal is to make it to be a minister, Perfect am I? No, but it's I'd rather read the Bible for what it is instead of trying to understand it as a worldly man, and just let God do the reading and build myself up to that, because then I'll at least be prepared if that ever happens. Pray that it doesn't. But so it's spiritual warfare. Is a if you believe in ghosts, the best way to describe it is, is you have a ghost behind you, the Holy Ghost, or inside of you, and then my ex has very, very powerful demons that she worships, Brahma, Shiva, and it's funny because I used to worship Egyptian gods, so it's to I used to lean on the power of Egyptian gods to get whatever I wanted in life, and it worked out well. Money, women, cars. Bought my first house when I was 26. Closed when I was 27. Had over $100,000 in the bank. All kinds of different stuff. And then, everything came crashing down when my ex told me that my daughter was mine. And so I said, there's no point to the world. And that's when Jesus introduced himself to me. Well, the way I explain it, because no one preached the gospel to me, but the way I explain it and what truly happened is I surrendered my soul to God right before I gave my soul to the devil. And God stepped in, saved my soul. And so I surrendered my soul to God. And it took a while. I ended up going into tarot, Catholicism, and then also reading my Quran, and going to the mosque and just searching for the truth. And something will never change in me is to always seek out the truth. And then God introduced me to Jesus and the Holy Spirit. So it's pretty cool. So anyways, let's get back on jewelry. And I appreciate it, Whitney. You're an amazing person. You really, really are. The world is interesting. That is for sure. All right, so now I am using my dividers to try to kiss up on the earring as much as possible, and then try to mark where I want to cut it. I'm trying to gauge. So this is the hard part, right? Is they want something small, short, and stubby. So I don't want to cut it too long. I think that'll be good. I'm just gonna, let's just go old school. Let's just put it in the Lord's hands. I'm just gonna cut it. And then we're gonna thread it. And but to wrap up on the thing is, our daughters are very, very precious. Our sons are precious as well too. And the more we try to figure out for ourselves how to raise them, how to be there for them, how to build them up when the world comes crumbling down, when they think that there's no option, there's no way, when the things that they had learned from the world fail them, because everything from the world eventually fails us. When we have no hope in life, when we have no one to turn to, when we don't have family there, when all these things hit, if they hit, and hopefully they do, because then people's eyes will open up. The only person that's going to be there is God. And the only one that'll fight for you is Jesus. And so that's what's important to me, is if I save no one in the world by preaching the gospel, that's okay with me, as long as I at least deliver to God my daughter, because that's one thing that I truly can do here in this world, is be the best. All right, I'm using the one eye closed method. Be the best man of God that I possibly can be, and make no excuses for my failures, and just lean on God to build me how he needs me to be built. So that way, when my little princess hopefully nothing bad comes. Hopefully she just believes in Jesus one day and has a perfect, wonderful life. But just to build myself up and be prepared for that day. Now we're gonna go in with easy solder, and we're just gonna find something to cap the back. Now this tube's kind of thick, so I don't know how well it's gonna fit into an ear, because this is the problem with the dermals. You know, they're a lot bigger of a gauge. You don't get a dermal that's super small, so the tube's thick, but it's the same thickness as the dermal they gave me. So I just have a big feeling that I'm gonna have to redo this again, and that'll be the 4th time. So it is what it is. That'll do, big. That'll do. So we're gonna cut off a little bit more easy solder, and let me try to figure something out for the back, because I don't have any stock. I really don't make earrings much. But hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend. You guys up to anything fun? Or doing anything awesome? It is Friday, so probably most people are still working. Alright, let's see. I don't think I got anything decent. See, what I could do is I could get a little piece of gold, ball it up. ¿Qué pasó, bro?
You left this out there.
No, I gave that to Opera. She didn't put it back.
That's the part that was broken down there.
Oh, that's what needs to be done?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's just been in my box forever. So let me see.
It's not our item, so I can't check it in.
Let me see. So what am I doing to this?
Putting the bottom plate back on, so it locks, or just putting the bottom plate on that thing.
Okay,
so
just
it
doing a
locks?
plate. Okay. Oh, I get you. So this is just make it work.
Yep.
Okay, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. I get you, Brolo. I get you. That shouldn't be too bad. Okay, yeah, those little ridges are there. Okay, cool. Awesome. Much appreciated. Actually, I'm gonna throw this in there too. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, because that was something that Sonny gave me. I'll just dump it just in case. And said make it look brand new. So.
You work on this one?
Nope, I haven't even started it today. I'm working on the earrings.
Oh.
Yeah, I got my workflow going there, buddy. Yeah, you guys gave me a whole bunch of watch, and I gotta take care of customers. I've done what, like 5-6 watches the last day, 2 days. All right. So what I can do is ball up a little bit of gold, and then sand it flat. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, because yeah, so let's just grab a little tiny jump rings. Let's see what we got. So the best way to do it, actually we do have some gold wire right here. I think this might even be better. That might be better. Okay. Is this tube or is this, oh no, that's a plate. Okay. Yeah, so all right, new game plan. So this is repair, and this is custom. It's sometimes a pain in the booty. All right, yeah, let's use this wire. So what we're gonna do is there we go. We're gonna cut a little bit of this wire off. We're gonna melt it so it'll come turn into a ball, and then we're just gonna solder that ball onto the earring, and that'll create the back. So let's just eyeball this, cut some off. If we gotta adjust, then we'll adjust. I might have to I think I gotta make some more gold wire today too. I don't think I got that much. So I don't want a huge ball on there, but we do want a decent little chunk. Okay, so let's cut that off. And let's cut the same size off, because we're gonna have to do 2 of these. So let's just cut the same size. Let's melt these. I don't know if you guys can see or not. but they are right here. And let's see if we can get the right size that we need. So we're gonna go in with kind of a hot flame. Just ball it, just real quick. 2 balls of the same size. And now let's see how it looks on the back. See if we gotta add more gold. And that's gonna go right through. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna combine the 2 balls together. So now I know how much to cut for the other one. And I think this will be a good size. I could be wrong, but we'll see. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like that. I don't know. Yeah. It's not perfect, but I'm hoping that this will work. I'm hoping this will work. All right, so let's get ready to solder this onto the earring. We have our easy solder, and this is going to be the fun part. So we got all our pieces. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ball up the solder and then grab the actual ball of gold, and I'm going to just tap the ball of gold onto the solder ball, and then we're going to solder it onto the post with a little bit higher of heat. And that should be good, and we'll be done with one earring. We can throw it into the tumbler, and so I am going to go in with a little bit of a hotter flame. You got to be careful because this will melt jewelry. Not super quick, but pretty quick. Now we are going to go in with flux. We're going to flux this gold just a little bit so that way it flows, and we're going to grab our ball. So when you ball something up on the solder plate, there is always one little flat side. So let's ball that up. I'm going to turn this at an angle. There we go. Picked up some of the solder. And let's get our flame in the right way. And get ready to touch. There we go. And we're done. So that's gonna be a little ball at the very end to hold the earring. So now they're gonna have their little dermal. Okay. So now I'm gonna make this perfect. Let's go with the alcohol again to protect us from fire scale. And we're gonna hold it with the tweezers because we might have to adjust with our handheld tweezers. And let's go in with a hot flame again. Not too big of one though. And let's dose it up with some flux. I'm hoping that just getting it hot enough to solder will, no, it's not going to. All right, so let's pick this ball up. And I'm gonna replace it onto the tube because I'm a perfectionist and I want it nice and perfectly straight. There we go. That's 1,000 times better. Now I can be happy with that. So let me show you. So now it's perfectly straight. So sand it up just a little bit, throw it in the tumbler, and we're good to go. And let's go jump on the other one now. Okay, so now I have to I have to drop all the gold everywhere first. Now I have to cut the tube. So let's create the tap. All right, so this is a tap and draw plate. Or not a tap and draw plate, a tap, tap and, what do they call it? Tap and pin? I don't know. I forget, I'm just a simple-minded folk. All right, so I think we used 12, or was it, no, I think it was 11 on this. Oh yeah, that's, what'd she need? What does she need? She asked.
She just wanted to make sure you were hard at work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the slave is being a good slave. Alright. Alright, so we're on 11. And that is exactly what we need. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's get the bit that'll give us the 11 threads. So you're just gonna take the, oh, it's a tap and die. That's what it's called. So we're just gonna grab our taps and see which one's gonna give us the 11 thread that it'll screw right through without slipping. There we go. Perfect. All right. Actually, we don't. So we don't need the. We don't need the die. What am I thinking? I'm over here thinking, making the full earring. But half of it is already done. All right, so let's grab a little handpiece for this. So let's unscrew this, add this bit in. I don't know what these are called. I never use this. I use it for flush setting stones or gypsy set. So get that in nice and tight. And this is the hard part because I have nothing to hold the gold in. So now this I like to grease up. So add just a little bit of beeswax to it. That way it don't get stuck. And this is very slow, very, very slow and steady. I'm gonna see if I can start it with my fingers first. Nope, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Oh no, yeah, it's slightly started, perfect. So it's on now. So I am gonna grab my tooth pliers. Grab this nice and tight. Not too tight because it is a tube. And slightly drill into it while putting slight down pressure on it, and then every so often just backing up a couple threads because I don't want to snap the bit in there. And this is going to turn out perfect. And then backing out just a little bit, and then go a little bit further. Making progress. Grab this a little bit further down. Now this is the trick, is adding or grasping the bar with not using too much force, because then you'll just crush the tube of gold. And then not too much force or pressure onto the tap, because you will snap it off. So do a couple cuts, pull out, and let's test this. Let's see how good that is. See if that's deep enough. Oh yeah, that's definitely deep enough. Perfect. All right, so the second test. Now let's grab the earring. Screw it in. And see. Ooh, back on the market. I like it. I want it a little bit deeper though. Okay. So we are going to use a tap and die a little bit more. I'll make sure the tube is not turning. The tube is turning. See, so this is the problem. Gripping it and not having the tube turn is a big problem. Okay, we're almost there. Slow and steady. I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. Yeah, I think that was a little bit better. So we're gonna do our test again. Nice, and that's nice and tight. Perfect. So this is how I made the other one, is twist it in so that way it's nice and tight. So it's even going past the threads, kind of keeping that tension. And now we're gonna cut it again, because that's gonna be perfect. So cut it just a little bit higher than where you need it. Now we're gonna sand this flat. We're gonna just use the separating disc. Leave a little bit of room. All right. I don't like that. I need to untwist this just a little bit. There we go. Just a micro bit. Watch. Because once we solder, that little nub is gonna suck in the gold, and I don't want it to go into the tube, because then that's gonna be a piece of gold inside the tube, and I don't like that at all whatsoever, one bit. So let's see if we can get this done one more time. So let's catch this thing on fire. Now, my acid bath or dip or whatever you want to call it, that I use to do a glaze on the metal to protect from fire scale. That's what you see right here. So this is literally just rat poison and isopropyl alcohol. In a pinch, you can get away with 73% isopropyl, but it is extremely hard because there's a lot of water content in there, so it kind of sucks. But if you get 99%, then it just catches fire really, really good. Or what I was doing during the lockdowns and everything was I was even getting, so anything, I think 90 proof or higher, because I couldn't find alcohol. So I was gonna start making my own moonshine again. So just that way I could do some jewelry, because it was really annoying. But you can get any liquor, any vodka that's 90 proof or higher, and that'll catch fire. And so you can use vodka, you can use 70% isopropyl. That's the lowest I would go. But 99% isopropyl alcohol, and then just go to the dollar store, buy rat poison. It's $1, and you get a big old jug. Mouthwash. My bad. You can get rat poison. This one's roach and ant killer. Because you're going for the boric acid. And this is 100% boric acid. So you actually get a better quality than going to Rio Grande Jewelry Supply or Stoller or eBay or Amazon, because this is 100% and this is $1. So, remember, let your faith be bigger than your fear. And this is why women should never make coffee, because the Bible is clear. It says he brews, not she brews. Anyways, let's get into this. And we're gonna hold this earring. Let's see, let me try to get you guys in. See if you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. That's a lot better. I believe. All right, and we're gonna just hold this right onto the earring where we want it. Oh, it's a little too low. All right, that should be good. It's slightly, barely, kind of touching. So that means it's slightly, barely, kindly, kind of good. All right, let's cut a little bit more yellow easy. Not too much. We really want to control how much solder we put on this, because we don't want it to soak up into the actual threaded part, the female receptive part of the gold tube. So very small chunks. And when I say small, I'm talking itty bitty. I don't know if you guys can see these, but I got 3 chunks cut right there. And those 2 I'm gonna use. Okay. So let me pick them up real quick and put them with the other pile of small little chunks that I got. We're gonna call this the chunk brigade. All right. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking right now in my head. God says, take every thought captive. And it just makes me laugh that it's, you know, for my daughter, it's just so funny how I worshipped Egyptian gods. My ex also worshipped Egyptian gods. It's the same gods. They're all fallen angels. They're demons, Nephilim, the spirits of the men of old, the men of renown, and us both being controlled by them, and then just connecting, and then producing a daughter out of that, and then somehow I get saved. God has a funny plan for everything. And I'm just like, oh wait, there's a little bit of solder right there. Let's see if we can just use the solder that's on there already. Can I? Is it? Let's lift up. See, did I? Yeah. Awesome. I'd rather not do risky stuff if I don't need to. Amazing. Let's make sure that this is nice and solid. I think it is. What? Yeah, there's previous solder on there already, just a little bit. I didn't think there was going to be enough to take this up, but let me look through my amazing old man visors, because I am not 21 years old anymore, nor do I wish to be. Those were some crazy years. Yeah, that was enough solder. Okay, amazing. So that's what we got. And now can clean it up, straighten it out just a little bit. Now this is not the one that has the diamond missing. It is the other one. I forgot, actually, we cannot clean it up just yet. First, we need to cut this the same size as the other one and make sure that this is straight. Okay. Oh, it sounds like it's raining outside. Oh, I love the rain. I need to go out to the rain. I thought someone was coming in. All right, let's grab a snack. All right, we got our little mandins. It is raining. I love the rain. I've always loved the rain too. I don't know about you guys, but for some weird reason, and it's so hilarious, right? I don't know, at least for me, the rain is just a way that, I don't know, I always have to go out in the rain when it rains, because for me it's just kind of a cleansing. You know, as when we read in our Bibles, it's baptism, and I've always loved the rain. I've always been drawn to the rain, the power and calmness of it, and storms. And I've always believed in God. I just didn't know who the real God was, and I knew that there was always gods out there. Oh, see, and that's exactly why we wear our visors, because that would have just taken my eye out. The Lord is good. But yeah, I've always gone outside because it calms me in a storm when I'm out there in the middle of it. And it's peaceful, it's quiet. Most people don't enjoy getting wet because I don't know why. Maybe it's their clothes or their shoes or whatever. I don't know. I wear shirts. Like this shirt right here is, I mean, I rarely buy clothes for myself too. But this shirt that I'm wearing, my brother actually gave it to me. That was perfect sizing. Oh, that is amazing. It's kind of like I've done this more than one day, but this shirt right here is at least 10, 12 years old, if not a little bit older than that. So, all right, cool. So we have a little chunk of gold. We're gonna cut this, and then we're gonna solder it on. Hopefully this ball is gonna be big enough and not too big, because we're trying to match the other one. So we're gonna get that cut. So yeah, definitely comment if you guys enjoy storms, if you guys enjoy weather, or if you guys don't. If you guys don't, then definitely let me know as well too, because we're all different. Some people love storms. For me, I get energized. I get energized when there's just a crazy storm coming through. It, you know, it's I guess a way to look at it is it's God exacting judgment, and I just marvel in it, saying there's something so powerful. Now, depending on if it's God or man-made, because we do have man-made weather too. So let your faith be bigger than your fears. Hebrews 13:6. Another thing that energizes me is coffee. All right, so let's put this tap and die back. gonna ball this earring or this little gold up and see if it's going to be the size that we need it to be. All right. I can work with that. All right, so we're gonna cut just a little bit of easy yellow solder. So this is easy yellow solder, 14K. Gonna cut just a little tiny sliver of this. That'll do, big. That'll do. All right, we're gonna place that there. So we're getting our little conveyor belt going again. Put that off to the side because we don't need that. All right, so now we're gonna grab this little guy right here. We're gonna grab that guy, and we're gonna hold that little guy right there. Then we're gonna come in, and what we're gonna do is add a little bit of flux to all of this mess. We're gonna flex our balls. All right, and then we're gonna flex the tube. And then we're gonna grab, because remember it's flat on the bottom, and that works to our favor. Ah, shoot, there we go. See, it's still flat. It's flat on the bottom, so we're gonna come in on the side, just barely touch the hot flame to the gold, so you guys can probably see how that solder is just sticking to the ball. And we're gonna bring that straight to the earring and get ready to place it nice and straight. If your eyes are working. Some days our eyes don't work. There we go. Turn it, it's almost perfect, but I gotta turn it toward me just a tad. There we go. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So now we got that little guy. Nice and perfect. Into the pickle it goes. And now, let's focus on this diamante. Diamante de oro, or oro de diamante, the diamond of the gold. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so let's see. I gotta zoom back in for this. I think you guys can see the missing diamond right here on that little tip. So we're gonna be doing a diamond tip job. And that's gonna be a pain in the butt. But there's gonna be a trick. It's gonna be a trick. If we can get the right size diamond. We are gonna use our pliers to press it in. And if it's just slightly bigger than the hole, then when we press it in, it'll keep that tension. Then we can go with our burnisher and go right around it. Ah, you almost got me on that one, you little torch. I'm always burning myself everywhere, hitting myself with all kinds of hot things. I got cuts in my hands. I gave up on, I don't know, this is probably why I have a very high pain threshold though. It takes a lot to cause me actual pain. But I'm always burning myself with 2,000, 3,000 degree flames all the time. Or cutting myself, or just hot pieces of metal landing on my skin. I think this is why a lot of jewelers, I call them just the soft jewelers, wear those aprons and whatnot. I'm just, whatever, dude. I don't got time for this apron nonsense. It's more of a pain and hassle. I just come in, let my clothes take a beating, and just call it a day. Cause I don't care what the clothes look like, as long as it's just comfortable And that's it. That's it. I remember when I was a teenager, man, I was all about brands. I was always getting, granted my dad would never buy it for me, I'd have to buy my own. I could either get the Walmart brands growing up or the discount stuff. Granted, I grew up poor, so it really didn't matter to me because Walmart had, I was trying to be cool, Walmart had South Pole and they had FUBU and all this stuff, and then I would work cutting lawns, or man, I had all kinds of different ways of making money as a kid. I used to make duct tape wallets, bring them to school, and then just sell them. So I had a base wallet, a duct tape wallet with one money pouch and one credit card slot, and I sold those for $5. But if you wanted extra credit card slots, then I sold those extra slots for $1 extra, and then it didn't really take me too much longer. So I just made like a whole bunch of credit card things on my time off, and when someone put an order, I would just have to tape it on. It was great. And then and then I remember the school got mad at me. I did this one time, and I bought a whole bunch of the full pizzas from the pizza place, and then I doubled the price of the pizza because the school didn't have pizza anymore. So I rushed to the food line, and I bought all the pizza from that place, the actual boxes. And then I had the boxes and I put them on the table, and then kids were coming up to me wanting to buy some pizza, and I double charged for the pizzas. So I think it was $2 a slice or something, and I would charge $3 a slice or $4 a slice, depending on if I liked you or not. It was amazing. I miss days like that. Yeah, I was a menace in middle school and elementary school, that's for sure. I was thinking of ways to earn some money. Shoot, even into my adult life too. It's always been just try to figure out some clever ways, because the only way to make money is to slave your life away hour by hour. Work at something for 10 years to become a master at it, and then you'll get paid enough. But either way, you still have to trade your hours for money, or just think of clever ways to increase your hourly pay. So what I actually did at one of my jewelry jobs, it sucked. Like right before this, I finally made it out of working inside of a mall. I hate it, even though, so I'm a goldsmith and I'm not a mall employee. I'm not a mall person, but it's different. I hate coming to the mall. I hate coming to the mall. I never come here to shop. I never come here to do nothing. Malls are trash. But I finally made it out of the mall with my previous job. Standalone building. Actually worked with another jeweler. I loved him too. His name was Dave, and really, really good guy. Amazing goldsmith. There's really not too many goldsmiths out there that can outwork me, to where I'll humble myself and say, yeah, no, you're better. There's still a lot, but as far as the goldsmith community, the trade, everyone says that they're a jeweler and they just make little arts and crafts. They're not a professional goldsmith, and something that sets me apart too, which is sad, but I work with platinum, and most people don't work with platinum. You'll have goldsmiths that have never even touched a piece of platinum. And so let's just say, I think there's only a handful of goldsmiths in the United States. I would say, if I had to guess, maybe only 5,000-6,000, if that. And then out of those 5,000-6,000, only 10%, maybe a little bit lower than that, work with platinum. And so that's sad. So out of let's just say 5,000, 10% of that, that'd be what, 50, or or 500. Yeah, so 500 work with platinum, and then you have millions of gold, pieces of jewelry going out, going out, going out. But when you need a repair, you can't bring it to a robot quite yet. So, you know what I say to AI? Shove it. Can't take my job from me quite yet. But that's the sad part. When we look at the mark of the beast, or we look at all this stuff, it's people don't care about salespeople. People get more frustrated with people that sell stuff because they're so conniving that, I mean, just walk into any car dealership. Do you want to actually talk to a salesperson, or do you just want to just jump on the computer and have the deal? When you go to McDonald's, when you go to Subway, when you go to whatever fast food restaurant you want to go to, do you really want to talk to someone on the other side? No, because most people are evil and mean, and they're conniving, and they don't care, and they don't produce a good service. They're not nice, they're not caring, and they don't give you a good product. They want to give you the worst product for the most amount of money. And so it's backwards, right? And so that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part, and that's where AI is taking over. You know, and we see that with the mark of the beast, the end times, the end of days, all this stuff, because you don't need salespeople. You really truly don't need salespeople. You don't need people. It's crazy because AI even programs. So I think Google, I think it was this year, Google this year or last year, has AI programming itself. So that's something to think about. It's working with your hands sucks. I won't say that it doesn't. It's tiring. My hands always hurt. The extra stuff that I do, you know, wears me out. You know, when I was working out a whole bunch, I'd work, you know, 8 to 10 hours over here at work. This is before my wife and whatnot, and then I go work out for 2-3 hours. Now I'm fat, but it's okay. You know, it's but my body would stay sore. You just gotta physically work. And we read this in Genesis. Genesis says, "From dust you were made, and dust you will go." You know, to provide. Or this isn't scriptural. This is off. So you know, the scripture doesn't say it this way, but you know, to provide for your family, you're gonna have to work by the sweat of your brow. And so if you're not working by the sweat of your brow, and you're not actually laboring, then you're not going to be protected. It's kind of what the Bible says. It's crazy. The things about food that the Bible talks about as well too is interesting, because when you eat the way that the Bible wants you to eat, you know, as far as the foods are concerned, you don't really have health issues. You're not really sick. Your immune system is amazing. And then when we see, you know, things with seeds, right, and all this stuff, then we have Bill Gates coming out with this everlasting coating for fruits. I don't trust it. I don't like it. So I don't know. It's just it's crazy. The world that we live in is rapidly changing. Alright, I think we found one. Let's make sure that it's a good quality. I don't think it's gonna, I don't know, this might work, it might not. What's that old saying? God made dirt and dirt don't hurt, and if I die, God knows why. Amen. That one don't work. Yeah, it's I am just blown away that I'm still alive. And so, you know, it's funny. My hands are so disgusting and whatnot. Always touching rat poison, this and that, and what. You know, it's I'm just surprised that, you know, I got what is it, arsenic in the gold plating solutions and all this stuff. You breathe that in, whatnot, and I'm just like, nothing phases me. I just don't think about it as what God says is there's power in the tongue, right? You either speak blessings or curses. And I'm never really sick. I might get sick once a year, if that, once every couple of years. But when I do get sick, it's bad, but then my body's fighting it off. But I grew up drinking water from the hoses, which was horrible. I mean, granted, the water was a lot better back then, but still not good. All that rust and chemicals in the water for filtration. I mean, it didn't have at nearly. It's crazy. I watched a video too of a guy that was testing the water. I think back in the '90s, out of your faucet or your hose, right? And then testing water nowadays. How many more chemicals they actually put in? It's nuts. Everything is out to get us. So, oh wait, does that one fit? If it's a good quality, I'll make it fit. I am done looking for diamonds. All right, so let's try to make this fit. Let's try to make this fit. Nope, we're not gonna shove that one in there. That's for sure. It's a little bit of a thickie. It's small, but it's a small thick. All right, so now we have to dive into our other diamonds. So this is just part of being a jeweler, being a goldsmith. Well, see, I don't like saying jeweler. I mean, either way, it's not a pride thing for me. It's just more of a specificity, whatever that stupid word is, specific, because, you know, years ago I used to say, yeah, I'm just a jeweler. And then I realized people don't know what a jeweler is because everyone calls themselves a jeweler. You can do beaded bracelets that say, you know, kiss or love or heart you and stuff and call yourself a jeweler. How can I help you?
For Ariel?
Ariel?
Yeah.
I have no idea. It'll be there or it won't be there.
Cuban chain?
Oh, the Cuban chain or bracelet?
What is
Wait,
it?
what? I don't know. It's either there or it's not. I don't know. I don't know the names. I just get them done. Keep those in order though. Keep those in order.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it the one in the very back? No. Okay. Whatever you need, I'll get it done though.
Shorty took it out.
It's probably in his desk. Have you checked his desk?
Here. 762.
Put it in the front of the lamp.
No, it's not due till next week.
Yeah. What's going on? What did I do wrong?
I don't know what Shorty told me to be done Friday.
Dude, everything will be done the next day. Alright. I think we found diamonds small enough that'll fit. Cuban chain? Do I even want to look at a Cuban chain? Oh. Is it this guy? No, that's Chuck Wavy.
Yeah.
What happened? Now I have to get it done now?
Yeah, well,
Jump in front of everybody else that is due today and tomorrow? Is it this one?
no, I found it. It's in there.
Ariel?
That one.
This one. It's gonna be a few hours. 'Cause I gotta do a lot to this.
What do you have to do? It just says we're fixing. But
Yeah, I know. It's the end tab. Gotta solder this back on. That means solder that on. Hopefully it just goes on. Which is gonna be a pain in the butt. Buff it, plate it, and hopefully I don't burn nothing else. This is not one of those rush jobs.
We'll go
So,
find the system.
at
I'm
least
gonna
it-
try to buy you some time.
I got
Like,
you.
a couple
Well,
days at least.
oh, even better. I could definitely, hey, I can definitely get it done if he at least just gives me a few hours because I don't want to rush it. That's the only thing. Okay. All right. Yeah. See, this is why we don't need salespeople. I could run this business without a single salesperson other than myself. That's the crazy part. Because I don't need a salesperson, because salespeople just, they think money, now, right? Instead of good products, good quality products. And even though customers want it now, it's doable. But you don't bend to the customer just when they call. And so salespeople get into this mindset of, oh shoot, the customer's calling, so I need to say, oh, it'll be done today. He took it in for next week. The customer called and then just said, hey, when will it be done? And then the salesperson said it'll be done today. And I got a whole bunch of other jobs that people were kindly waiting for that need to be done. So one big rule is, if a jeweler is asking for some time to work on your piece, you should probably accept it, because you're gonna get a better product than when you rush it. Because if this guy wants it done in 30 minutes, I'm gonna just do whatever to get it done. Unfortunately, my hands are tied. You know, I can do the best job as possible, but if you want a rush job, then I'm just gonna get it done. I'm gonna just do it to a passable state and just call it good. But for me, I like to focus on perfection and making it look good. So don't ever rush your jeweler. But if you do rush your jeweler, be prepared. You're paying the exact same amount of money for less quality because you're impatient. There we go. This diamond will fit perfect. This diamond will fit perfect. Alright, I'm glad that we opened that up. So I get these earrings done. Alright, so I'm just placing this right above. Alright, awesome. So those are done. But I'm gonna let you guys go, because I'm hearing some talking. I think I'm gonna have to take care of some stuff. But we got the diamond in. We got the earrings made. Now I just gotta polish them up and make them perfect. Alright, well, I appreciate you guys being here. I might do another live stream a little bit later. So I'm gonna go make some more coffee though. Today is a nice rainy day, perfect for coffee. Remember, let your faith be bigger than your fear. Hebrews 13:6. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. If you guys have families, spend time with your families. Not all of us are lucky enough to be able to do that. And other than that, you guys stay safe.